Hey guys, welcome to the fourth episode of the Yap Room. First of all, I want to say I'm going to pat myself on the back because I've done 3 episodes already and they were actually pretty good episodes. Like, I don't think I felt obligated to record them. I actually enjoyed myself and they actually showed my passion, which I'm really happy about. Also, this episode was supposed to be about living gracefully and graciously because that's my life motto, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that. But honestly, I did not feel like recording that. I did not feel like talking about that. Today, well, first of all, I'm in my luteal phase. So if you know about the luteal phase, you know how that's going. I'm currently PMSing super hard, and I'm trying to have grace and overcome the PMS, but it's been really hard, especially with my job. Like, I'm a server. If you don't know, I'm not gonna tell you where I work because I don't want y'all stalking me. Like, I have people that would stalk me, but anyways, um, it's just been overwhelming. And then I have my degree already, my bachelor's degree, so I've been trying to find a job in the law field. But I've already had like 2 interviews and I still haven't gotten a job, unfortunately, because everybody wants someone with experience and I have no experience. But that's okay, that's fine. We're gonna keep trying. It just means that there's a better job out there for me. And I could go on and on about all the things that I'm stressed out about, but I won't because that's not what this episode is about. I just wanted to change the topic. The episode is going to be called Know Your North Star because I feel like this is just also a reminder for me, but I thought it could pose as a reminder for you to understand that there could be stuff happening in your life and you could have setbacks and you can be going through something, but you just need to always remember that at the end of the you just need to always remember at the end of the day you have a specific goal and you're doing all of this for a reason. Like, this is what you're doing it for. And every time you are feeling sad or if you're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed or overstimulated or if you just feel like you want to give up, watch this episode. Watch this episode to remind you and to bring your North Star back to the front of your mind to clear the clouds so you can see the North Star. And when I say North Star, I don't mean the star in the sky, I mean your North Star. But before we get deeper into the episode, I want to give you guys a little bit of a life update. Y'all aren't going to see this episode until March 14th, but right now it's January 17th. Today was the fire solar eclipse. Um, I don't know. I didn't really feel anything. I didn't really get to see the eclipse because I was working. But yeah, if you guys had any experiences or if you saw the eclipse and you took pictures, please send me the pictures because I love seeing eclipses. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Let me know what you guys have experienced today. Like, if you've experienced strange situations, strange phenomenon, just let me know. Um, it's supposed to be a very big eclipse symbolizing revolution and change and humanitarianism. So I'm really interested to see the stuff that happens after today, especially in the government, because a lot of shit is happening right now. And I think I'm very optimistic. So I feel like we'll be okay. Um, anyways, I don't want to get deep into that, but last week, was it last week? I think it was last week. It was maybe 2 weeks ago or last week, but I had my abstinence dinner. I celebrated my 1 year of abstinence. I'm really proud of myself. And ironically, I got drunk that night and I literally said that if someone asked me to have sex, I would say yes to them. But fortunately, no one asked me to have sex, so I didn't have to follow through with that. I wouldn't have done that anyways. I have friends who know me and who know not to allow me to just have sex with a random person. But yeah, I had a really fun dinner, and I literally was thinking about canceling the dinner because I don't know, I had invited all of my friends, and some of them didn't know each other until the dinner, and I was kind of nervous to see how their personalities welded together, but it was actually really nice. And one of my friends, he actually got me this scarf, which I felt really happy about. He was the only person that brought me a gift. Does it look good on me? He was the only person that bought me a gift. And if you don't know, oh, I've already said this before, but my love language is receiving gifts. And not only did he cater to my love language, it's a thoughtful gift because obviously I love scarves and it's leopard print. So I really appreciate that. Appreciate. Why did I say it like that? I really appreciate that, and I was really happy to receive it. Shout out you. Thank you. And this was my first fan mail. Like, I'm gonna consider this fan mail. And yeah, I'm really happy about that. Also, I will post about the topics that I talked about in the first episode. I promise. We have the whole year to go. It's just I have not been craving talking about those things, and I want to keep the fire burning hot. I don't want the fire to simmer because I don't want this podcast to turn into what it was last year. Like, I want it to remain fun for me, and I want it to not feel like a chore. So we will talk about those things later in the year. We have the whole year. It's only February. I just wanted to point that out. Um and I did find a quote for today's episode. The quote is by Barry H. Gillespie, and it says, "The path isn't a straight line, it's a spiral. You're continually you continually come back to things you thought you understood and see deeper truths." And I really like this quote because I've always thought that life in general is, instead of it being a circle, if you look up the circle or the flower of life or something like that, I think it's not a complete circle. It's like a spiral, and it's constantly making new spirals. And I feel like it's a spiral because you constantly get you constantly get taught the same lessons, but every time you come back to a lesson, you know something about that lesson, and so you're able to advance further because you've already learned what you are coming back to. And so if you think about it that way, spirals, like the higher you get, think of it as a spiral staircase. So the bottom of the staircase is very wide and the circle is very big, but as you go up and up and up, it gets more narrow. And I feel like once you reach the pinnacle, something amazing happens. That's what I like to believe, and I think that's really beautiful because it also makes me feel motivated, and it makes me feel hopeful that I'm doing all of this for a reason. And I feel like the pinnacle should be considered your North Star because your North Star isn't your goals. Goals change, jobs change. And I want you to understand that your North Star is your reason for living. Like, and I get really frustrated with some of my friends because I feel like y'all are not ambitious enough anymore. Y'all don't have big goals anymore. Y'all don't have a purpose anymore. And I feel like that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not who I am. And I want to be surrounded by people who are like me. And I want to be surrounded by people who have big goals and who know themselves so truly that they, even whenever they come to a bump in the road, they are able to navigate it and they're able to get back on track. And that's okay if whenever I come in your life, you don't have that, because best believe once I'm in your life for a while, you will be inspired and you will feel the need to level up. I just feel like I do that to people. I just feel like I have that kind of soul where I'm so sorry. My cat is acting fucking insane. Do y'all have cat? If you have a cat, do they like when you come home, nothing is fucked up. Like they haven't messed with anything. But then once you come home, they have to knock everything off the counters. They have to do everything. They have to act crazy as fuck. Like that shit is fucking annoying. But whatever. What I'm trying to say is I am someone who puts people on the right path. And that's just how it is. And I want you to know that you may have goals in your life, but your North Star isn't just a goal, it's your direction. It's where you're going, it's where you want to be, it's your future, it's your pinnacle. It's amazing. It's the thing that you strive for. It's my North Star is the reason why I'm even doing this podcast. My North Star is the reason why I'm still working at this fuck ass job. And I'm not saying I hate my job. I don't hate my job. I'm just ready to move on. Like I feel like you ever feel antsy at a job? Like you ever feel like you just are ready to level up? That's how I feel right now. And it's just so frustrating, and I that's why I wanted to talk about this episode because I've just been feeling like this for a while now and I just need to let it out. Like I just feel like I'm someone who's meant to create and who's meant to learn and who's meant to and who's just meant to explore and expand. And I feel like working at a server job, I feel like working at a server job is not, you can't really expand at a job like that unless you want to be in the hospitality field, unless you want to become a manager and then become and just have your own business. But I'm not that person. Like this is just a pit stop for me. And I look at a lot of people at my job who have been there for years. Some of them have been there since high school and they're in their like 40s and 30s. And I look at them and I'm just like, I can't. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that for you, but there's something wrong with that for me. Like, I really can't. I can't. Like, just thinking about that gives me nightmares. It makes me sick to my stomach thinking about working at this job until I'm fucking 30. Like, I honestly would rather die. And that's how deep I feel about it. Like, I cannot. If I already feel like this now, I can't. I cannot do that until I'm 30. And kudos to the people who can, because we do need people to stay at those jobs for years and to have experience, because we need people in the dining industry. Like that's obvious. People like to go to restaurants. People need to eat. People some people can't cook. And I appreciate people in that industry, but whenever that's not your direction, it just feels insufferable. Whenever you know that you're not supposed to be somewhere, whenever you feel a pull to be something more, to do something more in your life, it feels so suffocating. Let me know if you felt this way before, because I know I'm not the only one, but the people around me just don't understand me. And I'm like, bro, please, I need y'all to be more ambitious. I need y'all to be, I just need to relate to someone. And it's just really frustrating whenever I talk about this and people look at me like I'm crazy, because I'm not crazy to want something. It's not crazy to want something more for your life, want something more for yourself. Is it? If you don't know what your North Star is, imagine this. If everything in your life was taken away right now, your job, your plans, your progress, what value would you still be walking towards? Peace, creativity, service. That's your star. That's your North Star. My North Star is expansion. I like that. I never honestly, I know like I have like kind of an idea what my North Star is, but I've never like given it a word. I've never given it a name because I have so many plans in my life. I have so many things that I want to do, and I don't want to talk about them right now because I just feel like I'm still in that headspace of don't talk about your plans because people are going to speak negativity into onto them. So I'm kind of at that crossroads of do I want to talk about it? Do I not want to talk about it? And maybe I'll talk about it in the future. But expansion. I want to expand. I want to expand my life. I want to expand my network. I want to expand my experiences. I want to expand my language. I want to expand my brain. I want to expand my love. I want to expand my perspective. I want expansion. Like I want to absorb. Like think of me like a sponge. Like I want to be bigger. Not physically, but I want my aura to fill rooms. Like I want people to look at me and be like, she knows some things. She's been places. She knows people who know things. You know, like I want to be that person. And I guess you could say that's why I have a podcast because I want to learn more about other people's perspectives and I want to interview people. I want to get other people's inputs on things. I want to teach people. I want to get better at articulating myself. I want to document my life. I want to be able to look back on things and whenever I come to a lesson, whenever I come back around to a lesson in the spiral, I want to be able to look at this podcast and be like, "Oh, I already know about this. I've already learned this lesson. I already know what to do and I can move on from the lesson quicker." That's my North Star. Expansion and quick movement. Like I want well, not quick movement. I want to get to my North Star quicker, but my North Star is expansion and I want to expand more. And expansion could be kind of a difficult thing as a North Star because you can constantly expand. There's infinite ways to expand on this earth, and there's really not an end to my North Star. But I kind of like that. That kind of excites me. Like y'all know, like I said in the last episode, I'm an adrenaline junkie. So shit like that makes me excited and it just gets me giddy because I'm like, oh my God, you never know what could happen. And I love that about life. But at the same time, it's kind of hard because not knowing could also be a way to lose sight of your North Star, especially for me because I've constantly thought, oh my God, I don't even know if what I'm doing is going to get me anywhere. And I don't even know if, what if everything that I'm doing right now, I'm doing it for absolutely no reason and it doesn't help my future whatsoever? You could think like that. You could, but if you think like that, and you decide, oh, if it's not doing anything, let me just stop. If you just stop, you honestly will never know because either way, if you keep going, you never know. If you stop, you never know. Well, actually, if you stop, you will know because you're not going to get anywhere. You don't get anywhere by not doing anything. And you could think of losing sight of your North Star as clouds covering the star and you're not able to see it. And there's different kinds of clouds. That's one of them. People are is another one. Comparing yourself to other people, that is a big one because everybody has a different North Star. So if you compare yourself to someone else, like that makes no sense because they are looking at a totally different star than you are. And once you realize that, you're gonna be like, well, why the fuck was I even looking at their star in the first place? Like that's not even what I want to do. Why was I listening to their advice in the first place? Like they don't even want to be where I want to be. It makes no sense, right? That damn phone is also a cloud that covers your North Star. For me, I'm saying that because I need to like this dude has the fucking zoomies. So if y'all hear him running in the background, that's why. But for me, my phone is the biggest cloud covering my North Star because it makes me stay up at night when I have to get up in the morning because lately I've been trying to go to the gym early in the morning, so I've been waking up at 5:30 to go to the gym, and if I go to sleep late, I'm not going to want to get up, you know? And that's something I'm working on, but if you know your North Star, I still know that my North Star is behind that cloud. It's just up to me to surpass the cloud, to move around the cloud. It's up to you to move around the cloud, to move the cloud out of the way, or if you can think about it as moving to a different location so the cloud isn't even in the way anymore. It might still be there, but at least it's not in the way anymore. Um that fuck ass voice, that's also a cloud in the way of your North Star. Watch the last episode about that fuck ass voice in your head because that is the biggest enemy. That is your biggest enemy. You are your biggest enemy. You are constantly telling yourself, "Oh, what if I'm doing this for no reason? Should I really be doing this? Oh, what if I'm just embarrassing myself? What if this never gets me anywhere? What if I what if I am I even looking at the right star? Like what if I don't even amount to anything?" Like stop listening to that voice, please. And I'm begging because I'm telling myself this mostly because I literally always think these things, especially in my luteal phase. Literally last week, guys, I was so happy because I was ovulating and life was just rainbows and butterflies. But now I'm just like literally today was so annoying, and I've been trying not to complain today because it's the Chinese New Year and they say not to complain during this day, and there's all these traditions. But bitch, I'm not Chinese. So like I feel like fuck, I'm not Chinese. And it's my luteal phase and I'm fucking PMSing. I'm gonna complain. I'm gonna complain. I don't give a fuck. It's not gonna change anything. I just have to keep going. Like I put a lot on my plate because what's the saying? Even though I'm complaining, I'm about to just freaking contradict myself. I was gonna say the phrase, "Why are you complaining about everything that's on your plate when the goal was to eat?" Or like, "Why are you complaining about having a lot on your plate when your goal was to eat?" And that's just me. I have to tell myself that constantly. But I'm complaining about this fuck ass job. Like, I'm tired. I want to move to a different job. That's what I'm complaining about. I'm not complaining about everything else. I love the fact that I'm studying for the LSAT. I love the fact that I have this podcast. I love the fact that I want to go to law school. I love the fact that I want to do all the other things that I want to do. But I feel like the biggest cloud in my life right now is my job. And shoot, I've been seeing things saying quit your job, but baby, I have to pay rent. The fuck? Like, I don't know. Like, literally, my step niece, she quit her job recently to pursue her influencer career. But I feel like she already had security with that because she's already Instagram famous. She's already social media famous. So like, but me, I only have 55 followers on Instagram right now on my podcast. And I'm not complaining about that because literally I gained 5 followers within the last 24 hours. So that's good progress, honestly. But still, like, hello? She has like 100K or over. I could be wrong, but it's definitely a 3-digit K. Okay? And here I am comparing myself. That's just, but you see how I catch myself when I do it? That's the lesson. That's the spiral. That's the spiral getting narrower, getting more narrow. Is narrower? That doesn't even sound right. That's the spiral getting more narrow. Whenever you catch yourself and whenever you move those clouds out the way, you're progressing more and more. But yeah, slay to me though for having 55 followers already. I love that. But yeah, that's just, and also I feel like with this job, I feel like if I'm still here, that just means that y'all, my cat likes to freaking scare me. If I'm still at this job, I feel like I'm taking that as there's still some lessons I need to learn, and I still need to learn more about myself, and I still need to improve myself, and I just choose to believe that's the case. Um and I'm trying to get past that. I'm trying to get past that. I wish I was there already. Anxiety, because the journey is what helps me grow, and the journey is really what it's all about, and the journey is what makes you become the person that you need to become to reach your North Star, and to be able to sit next to your North Star, to sit within your North Star. But it's hard. It is hard, and that's why I wanted to make this episode, because I want you to know that you're not alone, and it's okay to feel like this sometimes. You just have to be able to come back to yourself. You can cry, you can be angry, you can scream, you can just go to sleep and shut off the whole world. But just make sure you come back and make sure you realize, okay, that happened. That was a bump. I learned from it. Now let's keep moving. And about the follower thing, I'm not even doing this for the followers. I'm doing this because I need advice, and I need to look back on these to be able to, like I said, see the lesson that I've already learned and to progress. And I feel like what I have to say matters, and I feel like I could help other people as well, because I'm not the only one going through these things. So y'all watching it, I'm helping y'all, and I also need money. So that's also another reason, because I want to be able to make money from this. I want to be able to quit my job. I want to be able to make this not a full-time job, but I want to be able to create full-time. Like, I want to be able to create what I want full-time and have financial freedom. So this is a big step for me. So it's not about the followers, but in this world, in content creation, you need followers if you want to make money from it and if you want to quit your 9 to 5. And speaking of 9 to 5, I feel like the whole 9 to 5 thing is a fucking scam, because y'all are taking my peak creative hours and putting it into a fucking job and putting it into me working for the man. And I have a big problem with that. That's a major reason why I want to do this, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of having to record these podcast episodes at fucking 11 o'clock at night, okay? I want to be able to record them whenever I have the most energy. But I'm over here fucking drinking Red Bulls just so I can stay awake. It's tiring. It's tiring. And fuck you, government, for putting this shit into our lives and making us work 9 to 5s all the fucking time. I could go on a big rant with that, but I'm just gonna move on. But yeah, that's a big fog for me, a big cloud for me. Money problems. I'm not struggling or anything, but I do need more money. I do need more money. And y'all could say money is the root to all evil, but baby, I think money is I think money is the root to all good. For me at least. And that might be blasphemy. But I think money could solve a lot of my problems. Don't you? Like, if you had $100,000 right now, don't you think that would solve some of your problems? Maybe I could pay off all my loans. I could freaking move to where I want to go. I could travel to where I want to be. Like, my life would be so much easier if I had money right now. But at the same time, I know that I don't have money for a reason. Like, I've had a lot of money at one point, and I definitely, at that point in my life, I was not financially responsible, and I blew it. I splurged it. That money was gone within a week. And I think the reason why it's slowly trickling back to me is because I need to learn to be more responsible with my money. And if you have that mindset of this is happening for a reason, and these things are coming into my life for a reason, these people are coming into my life for a reason, and if you're able to become a student With every experience that you go through, you will climb the staircase faster. You will reach your North Star faster. And I'm not speaking from experience because I haven't reached my North Star and I don't know if I ever will, but I feel like life gets easier when you have this mindset, and life gets easier when you take everything as a lesson and when you take people as teachers in your life, because that's what people are for you. People are lessons, people are seasons, people are challenges, people are teachers, and you are also that for other people. You are also lessons for other people. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And everything happens for you to learn something from it. And once you have that mindset, life just gets a little bit more easier. And whenever you come to a bump in the road, whenever you come into a pothole that puts a hole in your tire and then you have to change your tire, it's for a reason. It could be something trying to hold you back because it's trying to make sure it's trying to keep you away from something. It might be trying to keep you away from a dangerous situation. It might be trying to keep you away from an uncomfortable situation. It might be trying to protect you. It might be trying to make you sit there and think about something. Once you think like this, you will be able to progress quicker. I promise you. I'm also having beauty and health problems. Y'all don't know this, but I just had an ingrown toenail removed, and that day I was supposed to be going to dance class and going to the gym, but I wasn't allowed to do anything. Like the doctor told me to stay home that day. I had a big ass green toe. Like they put a green wrapping around my toe, and that shit was big as fuck, and I was limping around, and I wasn't able to do anything. So that was something, and I took that as God or the universe, whatever you like to call it. I took that as you need to slow down. You need to rest. This is a moment for you to rest. And so I rested, and I was going to clean that day, but I rested because I literally was limping. I could not do anything. And at first I was kind of stressed. I was like, dang, I can't do anything. But then I was like, you know what? It's fine. Once you just something comes into your life and something that may seem like an inconvenience for you, once you look at that inconvenience and just take a deep breath and let it pass and let it happen, you will feel so much more at peace. You will feel so much better and you won't feel as anxious. And you will definitely become one of those people who are kind of, I don't want to say nonchalant, but just those people who don't seem stressed. Like you will be significantly less stressed. And I've come to realize that. Like I used to be a super stressed person, but now whenever I've realized that whenever something is out of my control and I can't do anything about it, especially with traffic. Oh my god, I still kind of have road rage. And that's something that's going to take a while for me to get over, but with traffic, whenever I'm in traffic now, it's the way I just sit there. I used to be like like trying to swerve in between the lanes, almost getting in car crashes. But now I'm just like, you know what? It is what it is. Like, this is supposed to happen. This is something that is happening for a reason, and I can't control it. And it is what it is. But at the end of the day, the North Star will always be there. The North Star doesn't move just because you hit a bump in the road. Rejection, burnout, a bad shift at work, those are all just turbulence. Those are all just lessons. And you don't need to change course, you just need to wait for the clouds to clear. If you think about how rocks, if you put like a rough rock that you just found outside in a tumbler and put some water in it and just let it tumble for a few hours, the rock becomes smooth when you take it out. If you think about how diamonds are put under constant pressure to become a diamond. Diamonds were just rocks at one point, and then you put them under constant pressure, and they're all glittery and sparkly afterwards. That's you. You're that rock. You're that diamond. The bumps in the road are what shape you to become the person that you need to become. Look at your own history. You've been through unprecedented, inconveniencing days before, and you're still here, right? Do you think you're a better person? Do you think you've improved since then? If you think about your past self, is that person surprised about where you are now? Is that person impressed about where you are now? I'm sure they are, because you could have never imagined the person that you became today. And you can never, like, your imagination is so small because you don't know how good it can get for you. You don't know how good life can get for you because you don't know. Like, you don't know. It's so random. Life is so strange and life is so random, and you cannot predict things unless you're a fucking psychic, but you probably aren't. You can't predict anything. And that's just the beautiful thing about life. Nothing is set in stone, and I love that. When you know your North Star, you stop becoming distracted by every shiny thing or person. You stop measuring your progress by someone else's clock. You become magnetic because you have direction, and with that direction, you develop boundaries because you know where your star is and you know where you're supposed to be going. And you can recognize whenever someone is trying to pull you off your path, and whenever something is trying to halt you and something is trying to hold you back. And once you're able to do that, life becomes something amazing. You don't have to be there yet to be moving the right way. You are the architect, and the blueprint is still valid. Let me know what your North Star is by using the hashtag the Yap Room North Star, or you can hit my Yap line at 210-802-5727. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Let me know in the comments how you felt about it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you are on YouTube, and follow my Instagram at the Yap Room. And yeah, the Yap Room is now closed.